Podcast City Network.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are listening to Deathmatch Russell Podcast. Let's get it on!
Come into the ring, step into the fire, see what you want, baby. If your heart has desire, get out, get knocked down. Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast, Deathmatch Russell Podcast.
And good evening, everyone. You're listening to another episode of the Deathmatch Russell Podcast. And tonight, my guest is the suplex queen herself, Tanaily.
We just went over this.
I know. Tongue twister. It's a tongue twister. But how are you doing tonight? Pretty good?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's starting to feel like summertime here at the Jersey Shore.
Yeah,
See,
it's raining like crazy in Florida.
Yes. I am what they call the tourist spot between the beachfronts of the boardwalks, Seaside Heights and the Point Pleasant Beach, the famous tourist spots. The Jersey Shore, yeah, like that TV series or whatever that was. But what part of Daytona, Florida, you in?
In Orlando.
Actually? Ooh, very nice.
Yeah, Disney area.
Disney princess, right? As they always say, you could be the princess of business. No, it's fun to be. It's fun to be. Near that. But
there's a lot to do for sure. It's just the weather is
always rainy, and
you never know when it's gonna come. It could be sunny all day, and then next hour, boom, pouring.
Mm-hmm. But let's get right into this. We'll talk more about Disney after, because we probably talk tons of Disney talk, right? There's so much.
Definitely.
My nieces and nephews. All right, but anyway, what got you started in wrestling in your career when you were a young kid? What made you want to become a wrestler?
Well, my older sister liked to watch Law and Order, and right after Law and Order, Raw would play, right? So one day she just left it playing, and I was like, hold on, what's this? And we just kept watching, and after that, like every Monday it was like Raw. And I saw, my school had a wrestling team, and I was TA for the wrestling coach.
Yeah.
So I told him, I was like, hey, I like WWE, like maybe I could do it. And he was like, I don't know, you're kind of small, and you might not be good. And I was like, oh, really? And
yes, let me show you.
Let
me show you. Yeah, absolutely. You prove your boundaries, because amateur wrestling is totally, a male. I'm very surprised, but now that's good that you got to,
Yeah, for sure. I was actually, in high school, I was on the guys' varsity team, but I was also captain of our women's team. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah. And you're a power lifter as well.
Yes, I was.
That's badass. My sister's girlfriend was a power lifter.
Yeah, I only did it my senior year of high school. But literally that year, my school actually never had girls who made it to states for it.
Actually, correct me. It was one of my friends growing up, one of my neighbors, childhood friends. Yes, she did that for a while.
That's cool.
But it's tough. It's a tough,
It is, and there's, especially in Florida, a lot of women do it, and they're really strong and good at it.
But you're stronger than them, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But what got you involved with Mission Pro? Oh, that's a really cool promotion.
Mission Pro. So actually, it was pretty cool. I wasn't expecting it that much. Just literally randomly one day, I got a DM from Holiday, and I was like, "Hold on, Holiday? Like, is this really her?"
She is a great wrestler. Oh my!
Amazing.
The way that she performs.
I saw her wrestle live one time at Reformania, and I wrestled that day too. So I don't know if that was when she saw me or if whatever. But I know I got that DM from Holiday, and I was like, hold on, this is really her. And it was just asking, like, hey, we're interested in you. Would you like to come out to Mission Pro? And I was like, of course. And that's where it started.
How long have they been in business now?
Mission Pro, I want to say like a little over a year. I know they're still like decently new, but it's been a while. Yeah. Sure.
That's good though. I mean, because and the head person is Thunder Rosa.
Oh yeah.
one of your trainers as well, and It must be great to be involved with Thunder. What she does for the women's wrestling is phenomenal. Like you could, and and take everything you can from her. A grain of
Yeah,
salt.
she's an amazing wrestler, an amazing person.
And it's amazing to see that her daughters are also wrestlers. Like
Yeah, and her
it's
son's wrestling.
yes, it's insane. Like the whole generation of Thunder Rosas.
I know. I'm excited to see it for sure.
But would you like to see yourself one of these? Of course, on AEW.
Oh yeah, of course. I would love to. Honestly,
have the experience. Get the experience. Get all experience that you can.
Oh yeah, for sure. Especially if I can get in there and wrestle some good girls. It's all about the experience and learning from them. And I've been in this for a year, so being able to do that would be amazing for sure.
I mean, you could come down to the East Coast. I could recommend a promotion called Titan Championship Wrestling. Actually, Riley Shepard is a part of the Goddesses of War.
Oh wow!
So actually, Holiday's been in 1 year before. She's been wrestling. She wrestled in it. But we have a lot of female talents that all over the East Coast, West Coast, everywhere.
Yeah, for sure.
Just to try out. I'll put your name in the hat. Ooh.
Yeah, let me know.
Always a challenge, I know, right? Yeah,
right.
It's good. It's a women's division, It's and we used to have like the WSU, women's combat wrestling. He used to have the women's division, and then I don't know if Shimmer's. I think Shimmer's still doing their thing, but it's
Shimmer is.
But this is like an East, really to show up the women's division on the East, on the East Coast to everybody, which is wild. But let me tell you, I was watching your match just at that other show, whatever the name of it was in Spanish. That was a little bit that was very good. Actually, it was the one that Riley was on as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, CFWE, right?
No. The Mission Pro Wrestling.
Mission Pro.
Yeah, Mission Pro. Yeah. That night was really great. All the
matches were so good.
But your match.
Crazy. They told me I had to go first. I was like, all right, I got this.
But you lost there. But you know what? There's a next time. There's always.
Sorry, I put up a good fight though. It was a really good match. So.
She's a good. She is one tough girl right there. That other one you were.
She's really good. I gotta give her that.
I know. It's like, but throw you in there with whoever. But it's what you do best, and because now you get the experience, and you're like, oh, who am I going to face next?
Exactly. Who they gonna bring for me?
Who are you going to bring? Yeah, bring next, and like April's coming around the corner, and you're going to be in a show with one of my companies, Game Changer Wrestling, like a mixed promotion with Collective. Are you excited for that? I'm
not too sure if I'll be on that one yet. They haven't told me or not.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Yeah.
But if so, of course, I'll be there.
Keep your fingers crossed. Yeah. Or you'll be there. You'll be there to watch. Exactly.
Right.
You'll be there to support and help out, because that's Dallas, Texas is going to be swamped with wrestling for like a whole week.
Yeah.
Like, I won't be there, but boo. I wish I lived closer to Dallas.
Yeah, no, there's so much going on WrestleMania weekend.
It really is. WrestleMania to AEW and God knows what else. But wrestling is, it's just, we're surrounded by wrestling.
Literally. But I love it, so.
Yes. And to be out there and to wrestle in front of people and to just be yourself, it's great. It's a great fun time. It's fun.
It is. I love being out there. I wouldn't want to be anywhere else for sure.
No. Just keep on doing your thing. Travel. I mean, there's plenty of places you would love to go to. Puerto Rico, Mexico, Japan. All the places, all the bucket list places to go.
For sure.
And who would you love to wrestle if you had the chance? Like
there's one. Who knows? It could happen. I really want to wrestle Thunder Rosa.
Well, that could happen. We can see that happen.
It could, but we'll see.
Yeah. Other than that, who else would you like to? Just somebody.
Sasha Banks is another big one for me. Even Zelina Vega, because she's like close to my size. I would love to see the dynamic, and Layla Hirsch. with her amateur wrestling background, I think it would be awesome.
What about Jody Grace or Grace?
Oh yeah.
Grace. Alley Catch.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would definitely do that one.
Also a Billy Starks.
Billy Starks, yeah.
She's,
there's a lot of good names out there. There's so many.
I know you could go. Yeah, I mean you could take it. Yeah, but it's just you want it, you know.
Oh yeah, I'll get in there, man. Just tell me when.
Yeah, but that last week at that show, it really you showed that a lot of people who you were, and they loved you. I was like, I wish I was there to root you on at that night, you know. Be like, yeah, go Tiny, go. You know, give your well, you never know. I might show up one of these days.
Right, right.
Vacation, right? Vacation. We can call it.
Yeah, who knows?
Vacation.
Might go up out at Jersey one point. So.
Yes, like I said, I'll put your name in the hat. Put your name in the hat, or talk to Riley as well, and see what gets you into the women's goddesses of war. It'd be a fun night of female action. It would be. But growing up, who were your favorite female wrestlers? Who were your favorite?
She was my number one. When I first saw her, I was like, wow, like she's small, and look at her, like she's.
I saw her when she was like just starting out, like
really?
You know, at the local cheap promotion, like you know, but amazing to see where she came from, you know.
Yeah, you know, she was always my main one. Like I saw her and I was like, I could do this. Yeah.
Yeah. And who else would you say like Lita?
Female-wise?
Lita to.
Oh yeah, Lita was a big one. Even Trish, I like Trish a lot, but I was always more towards Lita. I also like Chyna too a lot, especially when she had her thing with Eddie Guerrero, because Eddie Guerrero was like my top favorite guy.
Oh, everybody loves Eddie. You cannot ever go wrong seeing an Eddie Guerrero. You know, I was just dug out one of my T-shirts. I was like, oh, hey, I still have my Eddie shirt. You know, how many shirts do you have in your collection of wrestling wise? Boy, probably I know. My whole closet's like full.
Honestly, I couldn't even count.
No, I know. We have so many shirts. It's like it doesn't stop, and they send you more and more.
And you're always getting more too.
Yes, if you have friends who are, you know, or you belong to a Patreon or something, you get like a package deal, and it's like, oh, you know, like my Game Changer, we have our Patreon, and we get like a new logo shirt, like at the end of the year, or some sort of a flag or a banner. You know, it's like, like they just throw out cool stuff. You know, like really cool merch.
Yeah.
Swag bags, to you name it, flags. But yeah. Just what else? I was gonna say what TV wrestling like women's glow to like TV wrestling. Did you like TNA? Watching a lot of TNA as well.
Yeah, I watched. So growing up, it was mainly like Raw.
Yeah.
Once I started more looking into trying to wrestle myself, I did look more into TNA and ROH for sure.
Yeah, the Ring of Honor was a big phase, and look where they are now, part of AEW. It's going to be interesting to see what they can do. I'm
interested to see on what they're going to do with it.
The women's division is going to be a banger, is what you know.
Their women's division has always been really good though in ROH.
I know, yeah, from the get go, from the very beginning, but now it's going to be some very interesting because we know all the wrestlers who could, and you don't. It's going to be interesting. Have you been to an AEW event? I have never yet. They were in Atlantic City. I did not go. I should have gone.
And they've been in Orlando too. I haven't gone to AEW Live. I have not.
Yeah.
But I want to though. I know they're down here. So.
I know. It'll be a fun time to go just to see it.
No, it's like every time that they end up here, I have some like a show or something. And I'm like, man.
I know. Or AEW's in the middle of the week. It's like, oh, why can't it be a Saturday night or the pay-per-view weekend? You know, that's more fun. But I think I would love. I think they announced they're coming back. I think to Atlantic City sometime. So definitely, I'll go check it out.
Definitely. I've heard it's a
I
lot
know.
of fun. And I'm sure it is just watching from like my room.
Yeah, if watching from our couches, it's not fun. When we see all our friends there in the front row, and it's like, come on,
Right.
really? I'm jealous. Like, I'm not right there, but I'm always front row for my shows. I don't
Right.
mind my local shows and stuff, you know. But let me tell you this: we were talking before off camera. CFWE, you had your very first, right? You said your first match there.
Yeah, it was. So I did like shows like within my school, but that was
Mhm.
my first like live event outside of like where I was training.
Mhm. Yeah, because my friend was telling me that he's telling me that he was behind a curtain while you were doing your match, and he was doing all the filming behind the camera, which was
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah,
A
no,
good
that's
moment.
awesome.
Good moment. Ooh, what is this? Ah, look at this. We got some questions going in the room. Hello. Ah, that's good to hear some people ask questions. What is this saying? That's so small. It's like I gotta squint at it. I don't know his comment. Oh well, I'll pass on my friends. Hello, Frankie Picard
Hello.
and Howard, another wrestler from the East. My friend does not make sense sometimes. Oh well, that's all right. Questions go. I just pay attention to. This. It's hard to do two things at once when
Yeah,
you're
look
multi.
at
Got to look at this thing because.
Mhm.
But who? We already went through growing up. The Lita. Who else would you like TNA wise now? Like females off of TNA who were like.
Oof, that's a
Ooh,
good question. Honestly, like I said, I didn't watch too much TNA till later on. So
yeah. All right. Later on, it would have to be like uh, Mickey James, of course.
oh yeah, that's always.
Sue Young.
Yeah. I was always more towards Mickey James though for sure, but she's a great wrestler.
Mm-hmm. They all are,
Oh
but
yeah,
they're.
for sure. The
I
women
mean,
in general do amazing. Like,
mm-hmm. Yeah.
but Mickey James, she's still wrestling now. I think it's awesome. She's been wrestling for so long.
I know, and I seen her when she was just really just a small little. I
And
seen
she
all these
still looks
girls.
so good. Like,
I know. I know. So, what are you currently watching on TV? What's your favorite go-to? What do you?
shows? Oh man, good
So
question.
much. I know. I like to flip it around.
Let me think. What show am I watching right now? I just finished the show, Euphoria. Great
I don't
show.
watch. I don't watch too much TV. As I watch more
It's on
wrestling.
HBO. I mean,
I
yeah,
watch.
Euphoria
Yeah.
Zendaya's on it. It's a really good show.
Mm. I don't watch. I watch more wrestling than
Oh
TV.
yeah.
That's what.
No, I feel you.
Movie wise.
Movie wise, I like horror movies.
Okay. Did you see the new trailer? The new trailer for that Texas Chainsaw that was
Yeah, I
on.
watched it already. Actually, it
Would
was
you?
really
Would
good.
you?
Yeah.
It was. It was different. It was a
Hmm.
little bit, but we'll see what happens if they make another.
Yeah. The
I'm
thing
sure they will.
with horror movies is that they can get really corny, but
Hmm. That's the part of being a horror. And
right.
just get you the scare and the freak.
Hmm.
But comedy movie wise, like all time movies, like what's your favorite comedy
Ooh.
movie?
Have you ever seen the movie Norbit? I think that
Mm-hmm.
movie's hilarious.
Yeah.
There's also I like all the like the Medea movies. Those movies are really funny.
Mm-hmm.
What else? I like comedy movies.
Yeah, like Adam Sandler to
Or
Jim
like White
Carrey.
Chicks. White Chicks so funny.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. What are you currently listing on your playlist? Ooh.
I like R&B a lot. I really like Bruno Mars. So Bruno Mars is doing this thing with Anderson .Paak now, Silk Sonic, and I just love everything about it.
That's cool. I'm a Post Malone to you name it.
I
I
like
could
Post Malone
I
too.
Posty to Pitbull to you name it. Just the list goes on. Everybody
Yeah,
on the
honestly,
scene.
I do. I like most genres. Honestly, like
Mhm.
I could find something in any genre about to.
But right now, my playlist is that new the new old CM Punk theme.
Oh yeah.
Since that just came back out, and
Mhm.
I'm
Yeah, that was
missing.
awesome that he actually came out to it.
And I actually totally forgot about that. I went to a concert series, and they played that like at like a We Are the World, like a Planet Earth kind of
Mhm.
concert, and he was there. AFI was there, and I was like, "Oh, we're CM Punk. I wish he's here,
Right.
so I could mark out for him." I'm a big punk fan, so shout out
Oh
to
yeah. I
CM
mean,
Punk.
who isn't?
No. From his days in Ring of Honor to actually, I always like to tell how I got to see him sign at his last match before signing to WWE at Ring of Honor. Like to see him face Austin Aries
Mhm.
to, and then of course Bryan Danielson. To the list goes on and on. You know, of the guy. You know who he's wrestled, and
Mhm.
and he's wrestled on the East Coast at a little small promotion. Like this is crazy. Like they just wrestlers wrestle little promotions that don't mean nothing, and look where
Mhm.
they are, and then they get big.
Exactly. Yeah, you never know where you can end up. It's crazy.
But I think we are about out of time because you have to go somewhere, don't you?
Oh, already?
Yes, I think so. Don't you?
What
Yes,
time is it?
it's you said you have something at 9 o'clock. Yeah, you have to go. Don't you? Did you tell me or no? Yeah.
I can give you like
Yeah.
10 more minutes.
10 more minutes. All right. Um, pick my brain now. Go ahead. I like to.
Pick your brain. What got you into wrestling?
I just being around got me into wrestling was growing up being a fan of wrestling. As a kid, I got to see wrestling at a young age of 9 years old when they started a school. Iron Mike Sharp ran a promotion. Iron Mike Sharp from the old WWF ran a promotion in my town. Like ran his own school.
Wow.
X Pac as the 1, 2, 3 kid started his career there training.
Oh.
Then his another guy from WCW came in, and then Nova from ECW, his brother actually ran a promotion in the 90s, which had all the Samoa Joes to
Oh,
AJ.
what?
I know.
That's awesome. To have all those people around you, what?
Yes, so I see like the young AJ style, like just like in
That's
town,
awesome.
like Frankie Kazarian, all the females
Hmm.
too, all the just like you name it, they were there. Luda
That's so cool.
Vachon, you know,
Yeah, my
just
family was never really like into wrestling. Like that was the
mm,
only one. So I never really got to experience going to like the little indie shows and doing all that. So I think that's so cool.
yeah, it is for $5. For five
Yeah,
dollars,
right.
I'd go on a Saturday, and there's Classy Freddie Blassie, the manager, teaching X Pac how to wrestle.
That's awesome.
But also I got lucky and I got to see like Bruiser Brody inside a cage.
What?
Yes, Wendy Richter. Wendy
Wow.
Richter.
Oh
Yes,
my God, that's
like
amazing.
his. Yes, they were. She was in a steel cage too. Like at my local ice palace, and they closed the build. No, now it's down. They sold it, but there's still footage out there. It's cool. It's really cool.
That's awesome.
And Mick Foley, of course, because he's been wrestled so many times around the East Coast and just everywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy to see where all these, big people used to wrestle.
Hmm. And have you and also going to like wrestle cons
Mm-hmm.
and doing like a wrestle fest or going to see. It's really cool. Like
Yeah.
as a fan of wrestling, you can see a lot of cool stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You
For
know.
sure.
But anyway, that's it.
All
I think
right.
we're good. Let's
Yes,
do this
we're
another
good.
time. We'll do this when you
Yeah.
have some more free time.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely. Just let me know. I know. I
Yeah.
was able to get to you faster than other ones.
Really.
Yeah, no, it's my schedule is so busy. You were able to work with
Yes.
me very well, so it worked
Where?
out.
What do you have any events coming up? Well, of course,
Yeah,
April.
Saturday in Orlando, I have Division Pro. I'll be wrestling against Raven Knight.
Ooh, are you looking
Hmm.
forward to that?
Yeah,
You
it'll be good.
and after that, of course, April.
After that, I
Eight.
have honestly,
No,
I'm
not
booked like every weekend coming up.
good for you. Good
It
for you.
is, yeah.
That's what you want. A busy
Of
schedule.
course, duh, always. The more I can get out there, the better, honestly.
And then on the East Coast, of course, you never know.
Yes, for sure.
Put the word out. Put the word out to Riley. Shout out to Riley. But anyway, where could everybody? Well, actually, you made it so easy. A Linktree fair. Everybody, follow this.
Yes.
Look.
Linktree, boom. Press it. Get everything. Merch, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, all of it.
I want to say thank you for coming on. We'll do this again.
Thank you for having me.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
And what do I have? What do I have coming up? Nothing. Just wrestling this weekend. Yay! I go see some local wrestling for a change and take a break from podcasting. I think I'm caught up. That's a good thing, though. Do like a whole bunch of do. It's like being booked. You just take it easy. Go see the show.
Gotta stay busy watching.
Absolutely. Thank you for coming on. Have a good night.
Of course. Have a great night. Bye.
Let me see if I say it. Let me see if I say it right.
Yes.
Tanaily.
You did. Good job.
Tanaily, folks.
There
you heard
you
it
go.
from her. Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank you for coming on. Yeah, you could go out. I'll just exit. I want to say thank you to my guest, Tanaily, for coming on the podcast. I got it right that time. 3 strikes, you're out. No, I got it right the second time. I want to say thank you for coming on the podcast. Tell her fans, go out and support her. She's an up and coming wrestler who really wants to shine in the ring, and go out and support her. Mission Pro Wrestling is one of her favorite places to wrestle out of, and she wants to travel East Coast, West Coast, you name it. She's ready to take on everybody, all the female division in wrestling everywhere. Go out and support her, buy her merch, say hello. I want to thank her for coming on the podcast. And fans, that's a wrap for the Deathmatch Wrestle podcast for this week. You can catch me this Saturday night at Titan Championship Wrestling presents Titan Kids presents Time to Party. It's going to be a full stack card, top to bottom. Come out and see some local wrestling in Toms River, New Jersey, at the Bayville Elks Lodge in Toms River, New Jersey. Going to have a battle royal, and we're going to have a women's division tag team match. We're going to have a lot going on that night, Vince. So have a good night, everybody. Till next time, let's talk wrestling as always.
You can find more Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on the following. Just hit the like button and share. You can hear the audio portion of Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Stitcher Radio and on iTunes. Social media, Deathmatch Wrestle podcast on Facebook, Twitter at DavidNJ32, Instagram, DavidNJ36, YouTube, David C. Russell, and DeathmatchWrestlePodcast.com. Podcast City Network, your top source for independent podcasting. Be creative, be yourself. PodcastCity.net. Facebook, Podcast City Network. Twitter at Podcast City Net. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast merchandise available. PodcastCity.net/shop. Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Head over to WrestlingWithJoners.com. Follow them on Facebook, Joners Wrestling Podcast Network. Twitter at @WithJoners_pod. I want to mention Collar and Elbow. Collarandelbowbrand.com. Use the promo code Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast and save 10% off when you make a purchase. Deathmatch Wrestle Podcast.